Hi everybody, welcome back to IronMan episode 19 with me, Sid, in Vintage Story, and we're still on the way home. We translocated all the way up. Where are you? Here, and we are now heading back on foot. We translocated from here. I think it was it from here? Yeah, from there up to there. So now heading on foot back, in the vain hope that we manage to outrun any temporal storms, and also that we find anything. Not really much. I moved a little bit south because I think I left us up here somewhere, and down there, but there's a ruin here now, so woohoo. And it was really good. It wasn't good at all. So we're going to continue on our journeys and see. Wow. What do I get rid of? Well, we can get rid of a pine seed, that's for certain. We can not really get rid of out else. Everything else is important. I can do that. And then we can have the rye seeds. But to be honest, they're not going to come in useful for anything, because we are going to be ending this series on episode 20, as promised. It's a couple of reasons. Well, or episode 19 if I happen to manage to get myself killed this episode, which is always a possibility. One, as I've already said, is I am not a vanilla vintage story player anymore. I started as a relatively vanilla vintage story player, but I've kind of got into the mods, and it adds more content. And this comes to something I often say to other content creators, and I've said before on this channel, is a lot of what I am doing here, a lot of the gameplay and things, is I'm playing the game, but I'm playing the game as a content creator, not necessarily just as a player. If I was playing it just as a player, I wouldn't hit record. And there are certain aspects to games that can be a little more than grindy, and Vintage Story is absolutely no exception to that particular rule. It has some significant grind, to be fair. In vanilla, it has even more significant grindage. So you do have to bear in mind that, unlike a player who will just play the game for however many days or hours or a day, they've got a little window of opportunity they set aside during their day to play games, or a big window, or all day. I have to sit there and kind of concentrate on not only playing the game and using my time wisely, but I have to think about what I'm going to make in terms of content, and that is often not always best served from the perspective of playing the vanilla game, just because the vanilla game can be grindier, it can be harder. So for example, this is pretty much default Vintage Story. Let's say there's one bed sleeping, I think, and that is about the only mod that's on there, and then the one that allows the actual IronMan aspect of the game to play, the if you die you teleport back to a thing and then you're randomly teleported back out, and that's it. Everything else is out the box. Surface copper deposits are rare. Surface tin deposits are very rare. The metal generation will be standard, 100%, just normal metal generation, not any higher or lower than it needs to be, just the same. The days, I'm not sure what they've done with the months actually. I must confess I've not really examined that at all to see where we the months take us and comparatively, but this is an untweaked version of the game, which, you know, is probably about as grindy as well, it's default grindy. It is grindy. So modded, you change things up. For example, when I play my Nomad series, I'll probably set the well, I will do the settings on camera with everybody, but the settings will be things along the lines of 200% tool durability, increased mineral spawns, lower rarity of surface deposits, you know, different things like that. I may slow the hunger rate down a little, just because the nomadic lifestyle is going to be a lot harder to get into any kind of farming, so we're going to be very reliant on hunter-gatherer, and we're going to be very reliant on limited amounts of food. So there's a lot of tweaks there, and then of course on top of all of that we've got the mods as well, and between them they will make the experience hopefully more enjoyable, and obviously with a nomadic series possible because hello, right, because of course you can't. Let me just start down here. I'm going to do a quick sample in this area. There's no cave here, but I haven't done one for a while, so let's do a little sample, see what we got. Ultra high native copper. Well, I mean, if I was so inclined, I could try and find some way down to go and hunt for some copper. Now this is not ideal territory. Let's go and have a look-see at the map and see how to go. So yeah, I mean, obviously the nomadic lifestyle is going to require me to carry a lot, so I'm going to need expanded backpacks, I'm going to need carry-on, I'm going to need tentage, I'm going to need all the good things, and somehow I'm going to have to survive temporal storms, so that's going to be an interesting one as well. You know, there's going to be challenges in a nomadic lifestyle thing. I've got some ideas. I'm actually thinking about building a storm shelter in a tent, and having a tent that is just dedicated to surviving temporal storms. I think that would be quite an interesting way to handle it. Anyway, enough about the next series, more about this one. So that's one thing, but I know also 8-Digit is looking in the not too distant future to repurpose this server, because, you know, it's his server, he pays for it. Leaving it running for one player is not economically a great idea, is it? Well, there's a lovely desert over there. I'm going to go and have a look at those, both of those actually. I like deserts, they're fun. So yeah, and I know with 1.20 on the horizon, I think at the time of recording anyway, the last time I looked, we had a release candidate 8. I haven't looked this morning, it was release candidate 8 yesterday. I'm going to assume it's still release candidate 8 today. But that followed very quickly on the heels of release candidate 7, which was advertised as the last one. And then 7 was quite literally, 8 came out to fix a break in mods. So it was nothing major, just a bit of fix. So hopefully we are very close to 120 stable. I am happy with release candidate 8 to actually try running a new mod pack at that point, but I'd prefer to be running off of the stable version, because one of the things I want is Napster. Well, we have, alright, I'll rephrase that. I have Napster. Napster's fine, but there's a few mods that I would like that won't be updated to 120 until stable comes out, and that is just because Apache will not update his mods for anything other than release stable, and you know, totally understand that. And yeah, so the new campaign cartographer mod specifically is one that I'm interested in. So yeah, this is where we are. We're going to aim to get back home this episode, and then next episode, the last one, will probably have to be a summing up episode and just let's finish up the series episode, which are always a bit sad, but you know, this has only been a short episode. I quite frankly, I'm surprised I got to episode 19 and 20 because, you know, I'd kind of expected to die quite early on, to be honest. I don't know, might be some ruins over there. There's definitely nothing there. I'm going to head over to that desert anyway. But yeah, I'll be back in a little while. I'm going to continue exploring a bit while we've got the opportunity. Nothing else, it's all good practice for the next series because I'm going to have to up my game and be a little bit less dependent on hacks. Not hacks. I'm going to have to be a little bit more dangerous. Let's put it that way. And you'll see why. Anyway, catch you in a bit. I have to say, I've slept through the night. We managed to survive another evening, another night time, and but I am absolutely surprised at the lack of caves on this map. It's almost like they don't exist. You know, on the Rusty Gear server you can't turn around without a bloody cave. In fact, you know, in the last ruin raid, I think it was Perk managed to, I think it might have been Perk, it might not have been Perk. If it wasn't Perk, sorry Perk, casting things, but managed to go straight down a ravine, and really deep one. But yeah, I'm just not seeing much in the way of caves around here. It's bizarre. I mean, I'm not desperately looking for caves, don't get me wrong. That's not going to give me enough to carry. I don't want a single piece of flax. But, oh dear, what have we got going on here? I think I need to head down to that water and then maybe follow the water down. It would be nice to have the odd thing just to prospect in now and again, you know, just have a tentative poke my head in, see what there is. Wouldn't it? And the other thing is, it's definitely winter, very cold. We're definitely southern hemisphere on this one as well because it's August and it's winter. But I think we knew it was southern hemisphere just from our coordinates. Right, I'm going to book it a bit. Just because. This is when I find a cave, of course. I'm going to book it that way. Come on then, if you think you're hard enough. Oh well, at least we found some wolves. That's been I haven't seen them for a while. Right, we'll head straight over. Still not my preferred terrain. I like to be able to see what's coming at me. You just feel safer when you can see it. Well, a little bit safer. You can leg it easier. Right, let's have a look. Where are we? Oh, hot springs. And I'm going to guess that is a tree. But we're going to go and have a look. Just because we can. Then I've got nothing better to do. Oh, there's ruin there as well, look, so we can check that. It's not going to have a great deal because vanilla ruin, but you know. Might have something. Oh, is that a cave? No, of course it's not a cave. Don't get excited, John. There's no such thing as caves. They're a myth. They don't exist. Like decent loot in ruins. Yeah, I definitely think I think this is an area that even vanilla Vintage Story needs to be picking up its game a little bit. I think the route was actually a trader. Okay, The ruins, to me, just don't justify the hassle of going out and getting them and mining them. Hot springs, great if you want to do the boiler room. Although you have to do them here now, you can't do them, you can't move that anymore. Luxurious trade, okay, what have you got? Nothing. Better thigh highs. 28 gears, like I should be so lucky. Right, from here I need to get home. I suspect I'm better off going around the edge of that forest. This forest is only marginally better, obviously, but at least it's a bit better. And if I hear a growl, I can leg it. Let me eat, in fact. Plus, I am armoured, so, you know, worst case scenario, I can actually tank a hit or two. Not a lot, but some. So we'll continue around this forest. I'll keep my eyes open for the elusive cave, because, you know, if I find one of those, I can prospect in it. And if I get some decent readings, I can actually go down into the cave and see if, you know, take a risk and see if we can't find that precious iron that we're after. If I can find iron, I can finish off this series as truly as an Iron Man. Maybe not at the point, because I haven't got enough. Hello, you will do. Maybe. What a disappointingly poor cave. Right, let's rift activity is quite calm, so gear. Have I got gears? I haven't got gears. Let's take a sample here. Sample here. And a sample there. Let's see what we get. Really nothing, is it? Ruin though. I'll take a ruin. We can pop you on the map as a unopened thing. Actually, speaking of that, I should mark you as open now. Some seeds and quartz chunks, copper spear, native copper and some bandos. We'll take the bandos. And we might as well take the gears because we can. We've got the space for them anyway. And there's that one gear outside. I don't think there was another gear there, was there? No. No, I'm not going to worry about that tiny amount of native copper. But now I've got 5 gears, so might as well have that. It's better than kicking the chops. Right, well, the cave yielded at least a translocator. I haven't got any gears, I can't open it. But you know, that's fine. Anyway, gonna carry on. I'll see you in a bit. He got me. Oh no, you don't. God damn it. I came over here specifically because I thought it might be safer to be near the water's edge. How wrong can you be? Thankfully got bandages, thankfully wearing a decent set of armour. So what I didn't realise was that there's a water ruin over here, so no, it's not a water ruin, it's a ruin that's in the water. You know, hardly worthy of being distinguished. But you can see why I don't like this terrain. I literally just walked straight into that wolf. The first clue I had he was there. I've not heard a single wolf howl in this area. I've not heard any clues to say that there was any hostile wildlife. Maybe that's something that should be more frequent. When the wolves are in the area, you should have more indication, more, you know, things. It's an ore vessel, it'll be coal. It is coal, of course, it's coal. It's always coal. And yeah, we're not getting a great deal, are we, out of this ruin? I didn't expect a great deal, I'll be honest, but right, we're healed. We'll continue straight down, and we'll head down for that next water thing, of course, and then we'll use that to head home, because quite frankly this terrain is horrible. Whereas, you know, water is always better. Bonk. Right, let's have a little map. Where are we and what we got? I've got a trader over there. This... Where's my home? I've lost it, it's there. So I'm north of... Wow, I've actually almost come back round to my original spawn point. Okay, well, that's fun. Again, not really seeing anything worthwhile going out and digging in for, but we'll keep our eyes open, and I will see you again in a short while. All right, we're back in that. That's the hang on, let me get this right. That is the trader where we set up our first mainly permanent base. That is the trader that we spawned over here, and we are now up here. So we've pretty much come right full circle from that translocator. There were a number of caves in this desert though, and deserts are not ideal for this kind of stuff because they have a bit of a habit of trying to collapse on you. But I don't see there's anything except for when they're them. I don't like this kind of yeah, let's not do that one. No, let's see if we can't help it along, shall we? If we help it along a little bit, then we can come over here, and I can go tap 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 tap. Off you go. Hello. See, tell you, it tries to kill you. We can then go maybe tap 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 on that one. And then we'll tappy tap on this one as well. Ultra high pentlandite. Well, that would be really useless to me. Thank you. I mean, it's one of those ores that you don't want. Things. Is it no? What is pentlandite? I actually can't even remember what it is. Pentlandite makes nickel. Okay, yeah, we don't use nickel, I don't think, for Cooper nickel. That is the only purpose for that ore in the game, and we don't use Cooper nickel for anything except for the end game Jonas parts. So yeah, thanks game. But yeah, we are back in the locale where we've spent a lot of our time, so I am feeling reasonably confident now that we should survive to get home, unless we get attacked by a vicious goat. Cave here though, so we can try this one, because again, might as well. While I've got a prospecting pick on me, and whilst it's got some durability, we might as well Yeah, better. You see, I don't know whether that reading is even worth trying to. I mean, it's poor hematite for 1.7 chance, and you know, I think you want a slightly higher chance than that if you can wiggle it. I mean, if it was 5 or 10% chance, I might even be tempted to go down, but I'm not entirely sure whether that was worthwhile. Let's continue on. We'll see what else we can find around this place. I've got lots of berries, so we ain't going to starve to death. I've still got lots of meat for 6 days, so we're still not going to starve to death. Let me start a small landslide, and then we'll check this bit. Yeah, we'll do one there, and maybe one there. Poor hematite, still 1.46. Oh dear. I mean, plus. Yes. Can have a peek in the cave, can't we? See whether there is even any cave worthwhile investigating. Because I can take a bit of combat activity now. Just probably not a lot. Certainly not any really deep down drifty boys. Cave drifts, you know, the bog standard little drifty boys we can handle. Certainly surface drifters we can handle. But can we handle anything? Possibly a tainted. Oh, but I think after we get, I think it's tainted then corrupt. It might be corrupt then tainted. I can't remember which. Politicians are all the same to me. Yeah, nothing much coming out of this cave entrance, but we can keep hunting around and take advantage. Where the hell am I now anyway? I'm here. Okay. And yeah, well, I'm going to keep on going. I'll see you in a short while. Alright, well, we're back with old Bob here, whatever his name was. Timaf. What have you got? Over to a note. Messenger shoes. You've got a treasure map for 12 gears. Wow. Bet it's got nothing good in it though. I wouldn't even waste my money on it. What are you buying? Are you buying anything that I've got? Well, except for my... You'll buy that, it must have at least 95% durability. I could actually sell him that, but I'd only get 4 gears for it, so we can naff off. Buy a wolf pup, but I'm a leather backpack he's buying, but again I'm not selling. Recurve bow, that'd be nice. But he's buying, not selling. This guy didn't have a bed, so there's nothing here. But one of the ideas that I kind of, I suppose, postulated, let me get rid of you because I need some more inventory space. Early doors with this kind of nomadic series was that you would periodically plant things out. I'm just going to stick them straight back in there, and in fact I'm going to get rid of this felt seed. I'm not going to use that. And then if you ever came back in that direction, these are not quite fully there, but close enough, you would potentially have grown crops ready for you. Which you can then pick up and harvest. Now, there's also a little bit of amaranth there, but you know, that's that. The flax hasn't things. The berry bushes are good, but you know, that's that was kind of the thoughts there, and it kind of justifies my statement. A rough emerald. You're not buying a rough emerald, are you? Oi, mate. I'll just tap you with a knife. You're buying a rough peridot. I haven't got a rough peridot. I've got a rough emerald. Will you not buy a rough emerald? No? Okay. Well, we are here. We know how to get home. We need to go that way. So, first things first, we need to get our boat back in the water and then get our ore, and off we go again. But not a greatly successful outing. However, also not a particularly disappointing outing either. So we'll see. We'll head back, and I'll see you back at the ranch unless something interesting happens between now and then. Here we go, home sweet home, or shack sweet, or dirt fort, sweet dirt fort. Take your pick on those. I think most of the trees over here have grown though, or at least quite a few of them have. Much of our crops are not any, I mean these are getting closer, but again not going to be ripe any time. You have got an additional 5 leather in you, you've got nothing, you've got nothing, you've got nothing currently. We've got these prepared hides, which prepared hides go into strong tanning I think, but that's going to take a while. Let's just pop those in there for now. Oh, that's, well, let's worry about that in a minute. Let's continue sorting myself out. So pop that and that away. We can pop our prospecting pick away. That turned out to be very useful. Did you detect a hint of sarcasm in my voice there? Keep the flints can go. The feathers, I think I should have some feathers somewhere. No, the feathers can just go in there. That's food, that's dirt. Those are more torch holders, and a little bit of flax will go in there. And we're back in the warmth of our little place for livings, which is nice. Try to, yeah, whatever you say. We're not going to get, I mean, we've got 5 more leather, which I think coupled with, if I've got any leather left, which I think you need 8 for a backpack, which means I haven't got enough, because where are you, Mr. Backpack? Yeah, it's 2, 4, 6, 8. Now we've got hides that we can process. If I go and have a look on there, we're going to mix you with weak tannin, plus that gives us that, and that is going to be strong tannin basically. And I'm fairly certain that I don't have enough strong tannin. Now we can do that, but even that's not going to be enough. So that is not going to get processed before the end of the series. This lot here will probably never grow before the end of the series. It didn't help that I actually used crap dirt, to be honest. I have to be totally honest with myself there. A certain amount of fault lies in my my arms. But yeah, we managed to do a circumvent. We've come all the way around, so I'm going to call this episode here, and I will see you in the next one for just a brief, probably be a short episode because there's not a lot to do. So Until then, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.